Good evening, Grouchy the Baptist Church. I am here again with another top 10. So I see y'all enjoyed the top 10 video I made prior so much. I think I'm going to make another one. So we had a few options. We did the top 10 most frequently asked questions about being a pastor. Now, we will do the top 10 biggest mistakes made at this church. It is controversial. So, in the number 10 spot, we really have not opening our facility sooner. You see, YouTube would pay a certain amount of money to people who actually does and produces good YouTube video. So why is it number 10? Because it's really the lightest mistake. It's a mistake that everybody says they make, but it's not really much of a mistake. It's more of a it's really more of a thing that people say whenever they don't do something as soon as they should have to get the money they want. And now I'm saying it. I should have opened sooner, because if I had, guess what? I would have been making the money already. Number 9. The 9th biggest mistake we have ever made was, no, it was not being outside during an electrical storm. That might appear on this list if I don't hurry up and get inside. It might be the first biggest mistake I've ever made. But the 9th biggest mistake I've ever made was not hiring enough employees. I was trying to run a massive, because guess what? We have different ministries, and I'm trying to run all of them independently. I'm trying to do everything on my own. Matter of fact, at one point, God wasn't even hired to help. And then you see how quick the church gone downhill. Thank God we weren't on YouTube yet. But then you look in the number 8 spot. Here's what you have. We have overspending. Yes, Grouchy the Baptist Church gets $100 a month in spending funds to do whatever it pleases to improve or expand the church. Over the past course of 2 years, we have spent over $600 on this church, and we've only been open for 2 years. So therefore, we've spent 6 years worth we blew the entire budget in just a month, 6 times. Now the church is so poor now that we can barely afford to replace the pulpit using this month's budget money. We are no longer entitled to any more budget money due to the fact of this mammoth overspending. We are now $442 in debt, not only for our First Lady, but also to manufacturers and partners to this church. So we are at $442 worth of debt as calculated by the 2017 June census. Wow. In the number 7 spot, the 7th biggest mistake in the number 6 spot, the 6th biggest mistake I have ever made was really lack of security. Why you think it's a mistake? We don't have big congregation sizes. This is not really a public building. But guess what? If we had invested in security, what do you think would have happened? It would have been the church would have actually been a lot safer place. But then you can't call this a big mistake, because after all, upon entering the church, you'll see two large signs that says this church is monitored by CCTV cameras and protected by God's angels. We do have security, but we don't have the type of security that would stop non-Christians. Or maybe we do. We'll never know until we get a threat. The fifth biggest mistake we've ever made was moving too quickly on construction projects. If you ever watch, if you have spent enough time on this channel, or even watch, or if you are a fan of Bios Baptist Church, or as we call our fan, Bioses. That is what we call our fans, Bioses. Bioses, or the definition of a Bios, is a person that constantly watches this channel. The term Bioses was added to the Urban Dictionary. So Bioses is a fan of Grouch City Baptist Bios Baptist Church. So, if you're watching a video, you should more than enough notice and seen some faults or holes in the dry creek, and you should see that there's gaps where stepping stones have been moved or removed. And you should also see gaps in the dry creek. Also, you should have seen some light posts that are leaning over and cracked. You should even know certain things that are damaged too. When you move too quickly construction projects, you get this. So in the next video you'll see, which is top 5 most misconstructions. So next, in the number 4 spot, the fourth biggest mistake we have ever made was not getting approval from the Homeowners Association. City Walk Homeowners Association monitors our activity monthly. Failure to comply results in us getting written up. We have been written up on numerous occasions due to church expansions. The third biggest mistake we have ever made, or we were about to make if it wasn't stopped, was overpaying. This made the list because we almost paid deacons that were not working. This would have left the church in even more financial disposition than it is now. So as you see, wouldn't have been a good thing we caught it. The second biggest mistake we've ever made was misconstruction of the what is it called again? St. Pierre Bridge. So the Pierre Bridge broke last year in several spots, even at one point causing injury to even a person's leg as they were trying to cross. We were not sued. The injury was minor. The bridge was repaired and the person was okay. Thank God. The worst mistake Grouch City Baptist Church has ever made was the scandal. The scandal of 2016. Yes, you heard right. There was a scandal. So what is this scandal we're talking about? We were actually falsifying documents for some time in order to improve certain areas of the church and approve for certain funding, even on YouTube. One of the most common was falsifying my age. On certain documents, I wrote the age of 18 rather than 14 in order to approve and qualify for certain programs. So between you, me, and God, this is a personal confession. I did use the wrong age to get where I'm trying to get. So, this is a 10-minute video of the top 10 worst mistakes made by Grouch City Baptist Church. We will never make these mistakes ever again, just so you'll know. So you could trust us. Thank you, and may God bless you.